Hi everybody, it's Felix Hyde here, and it's lovely to connect with you all once again as we're moving in now to the month of July. So today is the 28th of June. I started to receive my information for July around the 16th, 17th, started to jot it all down, and wow. Ooh, I mean, this month alone, I felt has been quite pivotal for change. And I felt like this month was the event month, kind of. So yes, definitely there have been events around the world. And I feel this is all big knock-on periods that will send the ripples out and really start to accelerate the change throughout the world. So yeah, this has just been, it's been an incredible month so far. Lots of really, really deep structuring, deep integration. So yeah, it's been wonderful. I hope you guys have had it quite smooth. You know, we never really know what to expect in all in these months at the moment, but all we can do is go in with what we think we know and then work with what happens. Yeah, so it's a little bit all over the place. Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so this month, the month of July to come, I'm gonna have 2 events online, one on the 7th of the 7th and the other one on the 22nd. So the 7th of the 7th is a gateway, which I will be doing a video later, closer to the time on, just to reiterate. And on the 22nd, I will be doing a twin flame calibration, which I've done a couple of times this year already, for the 2-2, many twos gateway. And this month as well, I will be at the Leeds Health and Healing Wellbeing Festival in the UK, right here, along with many other really fantastic healers, really amazing psychics and clairvoyants, and little stalls and shops as well. So on the Saturday, is it Saturday? Saturday 2 till 2:45, I will be doing a talk on my healing modalities and on light language. Maybe do like a little mini session in there for the group, just to see how it all goes. But then there are, I mean, like literally there are loads of people you can come and see. Crystal shop owners, there are, let me see, a Wiccan lady, hypnotherapists, mediums. Stephanie J. King is going to be there as well. My good friend Sharon, who does energetic meridian energetics even, a really talented healer. And yeah, so I think it will be really, really great if you guys can make it down. I know obviously some of you are in the States, some of you are in Canada, some in Australia. So unless you're going to fly here, this will be on the 16th and the 17th from 10 till 5, both days. So yeah, it will be lovely to see you there in person, and I'll be also doing sessions there as well. So yeah. So that being said, we've also still got the Expand program running, where we're now looking into clearing different timelines, the Atlantean timelines, removing certain templates and whatnot. So yeah, it would be great if you would check that out. That's on my website under the pricing and plans section. And okay, so that's enough of that anyway. all the housekeeping is done, I think. Now let's get into that energy report. So I really feel, I'm going to take this off. I really feel in July, it's moving into the precipice of change, but also just beyond it as well. So we're kind of, for some people, it will be like quite a shocking month, I feel, for like wake ups, for a big shake to their foundations. So for the rest of us, the ones who are conscious of what's been going on for so long, I feel like we're coming into a deepening of the precipice of change. So some people will be, if there's a mountain head, some people will be just arriving at it and coming into it. And then for the others, we're going to be about there moving down. So we kind of know what's going on and where we're going to be moving to. So the first kind of theme I'm feeling for this month is the threshold of fear. So it's really, really dialing up out there, and many trigger points are going to be coming through the news, are going to be coming into our realities. So it's really a case of staying connected, centered and grounded, as my good friend Astra would say. Yeah, so we don't get knocked off balance and don't get knocked too much into fear paralysis, so to speak, where we don't know how to move forwards, we don't know what to do. I kind of like a gridlock almost, so like our backs are up against the wall and we can't see the wood for the trees, or we can't really get forward. So as we're coming into this sort of topic, this theme, if you will, I feel we're moving into the real critical phases of change. And a lot of us will be grasping the understanding of why we're here. What is it that we needed to learn, and how did we get here? I mean, that's going to be a real funny wake-up call for, I say funny, but not funny. It's going to be quite horrible for the people who aren't really aware and awake. Let me just write something down before I forget. Yeah, so without being aware and awake, I think it's going to be quite tough for them. I mean, really tough as we're moving through the next 3 months. How can we kind of help them with this? Subtly guiding them to see the bigger picture, what has been going on. Obviously, it's not really our jobs to wake people up, so to speak, because they've got to wake up on their own. Otherwise, we can end up pushing them away and lengthening their sleepiness. But we can really help them sort of subtly integrate and subtly move through by dropping hints. And, it feels like that time to share again, to try. I know many people have done this and they've been disregarded, or I'm going to say it, like even downright abused by loved ones and things like that. Luckily, I feel very lucky because I haven't really had that response from my family. But I know people that have, and they've been completely secluded or kicked out or excluded even. So it's kind of working with that inner guidance of when to drop information, when to present certain things, and how to do it without getting a bucket full of water in your face, or so to speak. It's the only thing that came to my mind of how to kind of navigate these things, So yeah, how can we help them? By moving them into seeing subtly into the bigger picture. you know, a bit of guidance here and there, but also remaining completely neutral. No I told you so's, no oh, but I've shown you this before kind of thing. Being with them and just being like, yeah, I know it's horrible, it's really gross what's been going on, and I'm really glad that you can finally see it, and then show them ways that you've managed to cope with it. So for myself, it's been energy healing, so much so that I like I'm a healer, you know. So all of these kind of little topics that can really help. Okay, I'll have some of my tea. Now, in conjunction with this, I had quite an interesting vision, which came in as what I was seeing was a lot of people arguing and fighting with one another. And as they were arguing and fighting, it was almost like a wave or a cloud was being lifted over their heads. So it started from like the right and then moving to the left, which is quite funny given the circumstances, or clever given the circumstances. So the cloud kind of like moves over the right to the left. And as the right begins to become aware, they stop fighting and they move to join at the front of the harbour. So in this vision, the people start to stop fighting. They're holding bats in their hands, and you know, having a big like gang war, let's say. And they move towards the edges of the sea. So they're now lining up around the edge of the sea and smack it, pretend this is a bat, doing that with the bats at the edges of the water and looking out towards the sea. The people are moving through the left as well. So the clouds are moving towards the left and lifting, and even the left are actually starting to broaden their mindset through this integrated knowledge, this integrated understanding, through this awakening, like this dissolution of the cloud, this release. And they too join the brothers and sisters at the front of the harbour, the edges of the water, and they too start hitting their bats against their hands. So what it felt like is they were, the topic I've called it is division through polarity, working to a unified front, sorry. And these people walking to the edges of the water feel like they're ready to fight, but ready to fight together. And what I really felt with this, it was like manipulations of both sides by the same source of people. But the people wake up to it, they realize. And it was interesting because when I was really connecting into this, I really felt like they were coming together to fight or combat against the Maritime Admiralty Law. It was an interesting one. I'm not 100% sure how that will play out. Yeah, it was quite strange. So yeah, seeing these people come together was kind of like key there, and fighting for their rights and fighting for their kind of country, so to speak. And I also received a short poem as well from Spirit with this, which I'm going to read to you now. And it goes, raging battles of red and blue, through this summer truth comes to you. As we seek for answers through our world, the truth shall come through our knowing. Deception is kept through encrypted truths, as divergent tellings align to you. Fear not through these months to come. It shall be perceived worse, yet in truth the deed is done. So with that as well, I feel, I'm going to say it, I feel like a lot of this is going to be quite staged. And I know that many people are probably sat there going, yeah, we know. But this is a kind of way to dispel that animosity, so within the air. So that can also be taken to the people who aren't awake, and just say, like, look how ridiculous this is. It just doesn't make sense. Like with the stories in the news, how dramatized everything is. That's really the kind of catch there that hooks people in. It's the drama. And once that kind of seed has been planted, that's when the, so to speak, mind control is in place and takes over. So it's like, oh my God, you're hooked to this energy, like an addiction almost, and it controls you. So yeah, anyway, that being said, those are the first two topics that have come up for me for July. Okay, so the second, or the third really, topic is there will be really deep integration periods and alchemizing periods where we kind of really get to grips with our inner tensions and get to grips with our points and areas that we haven't taken a look at. Now, I've noticed in my own healing that I've had old personalities coming up for clearing, like the whole personality, and they're coming to me as like a person or a being, like not a physical one, but astrally. I can see them, so it's like coming in, you're like, okay, I know you, I recognize you. You literally feel the energy of the person, that old you, coming in to say, okay, are we done now? Are we complete? And in those moments when they've come in, I've just seen them dissolve completely and release. Yes, it does bring up a lot of old emotions, but the acceleration of understanding why it was there in the first place comes almost instantly. So yeah, that was really interesting. Another interesting topic that came up was through a regression that I had on Sunday. And in that regression, I was taken to the Piscean age through the galactic grids, and there was the crucifixion template. So as that came into play, that crucifixion template was released, which would be the concept of, or the template of, you have to suffer to be spiritual, which is just not accurate. Like, It really isn't. It was put in place there for keeping us in this kind of suffering mentality, played on by the churches, the, you know, Vatican and whatnot, and just to keep us in, again, another form of control. So that being said, as that was releasing, there were a lot of wounds coming up. But I feel now, as we're moving more into the age of Aquarius, we are moving into that gnosis of like spirituality, spirituality through expansion, and knowledge instead of suffering, which really is just not the case. So as we're moving into that new age, we are moving into that new spirituality formation. So again, a lot of this alchemizing of old issues, integration, but also finding balance within ourselves to be able to handle the outside world, the outside perspective, but also to work through any perceived unsolvable dramas that we're holding within us. That is really key for us to kind of give ourselves the best opportunity to overcome old contradictions that we hold in ourselves. So we're alchemizing through them, and we are moving into our next highest expression through July, which then also takes me into my next topic of the opening of convection portals. Now, I didn't know what convection meant. So what they showed me was a pyramid with another pyramid on top of it with like a line cut through it, to show almost like the reflection. And I had to Google what convection meant, and it said thermal expansion. So I really feel like this will be a kind of like a pivotal kind of light body acceleration, as we're going to be moving into the Lion's Gate at the end of the month towards the 24th, which will be in a period that will open until, I think it's like the 12th of August or the 16th, something like that, but the high point will be on the 8th. So yeah, all of this heating up and this alchemizing will be working in conjunction with that. I need to do a little bit more digging on that one just to find out what exactly and when it's coming in. But this heating up of the distortion to dissolve and release. So again, we're working very much so with the alchemizing topic, the integration alchemizing theme that we've just spoken about. So yeah, that one, it felt like it was going to be quite an intense one. So what can I say to that? I mean, we've done so many intense things this year. I'm like kind of over the fact that it might be intense, and just go with it instead, because we've all got to go through it as a part of the ascension of the planet, and it will just be, it will come and it will pass. So yeah, just be drinking plenty of water if you're going through these points of deep integration and deep healing. Replenish, hydrate, eat lots of raw vegan food, raw plants, and you know, for those real nutrients, feeding the cells. Okay. The next one's quite a lovely topic as well. It's like I'm feeling people coming in and out of these states of bliss as well through July. And I feel like in these points, it will be like an anchor point for this frequency to really start to flood the planet and really start to build into the collective, build into into joy and into happiness, which I think is just lovely, because we've gone through a lot, and to have these points of bliss, charged love coming in for people to kind of step into and really embody is so, so important. I feel that a lot of people will be recognizing their success and recognizing their development, whether it be through spiritual work, whether it be through working in the office, whether it be through playing the piano, for example, learning new skills and developing one's techniques. I really feel that people are going to be recognizing that and integrating that gnosis, integrating that love for the gifts that they're doing, and being able to confidently share them with the masses, which is just so lovely. Like, people are bringing their confidence back and finding their foot in the world again after 2.5 years of crazy, which is just simply not over yet. You know, so much to come. Yeah, so that was a really nice little theme that came up as well. And for the final semi-final theme, what I saw with this one, it was like an out with the old and in with the new. Going through, in the vision, I saw many boxes being packed and unpacked, and it's like it was frustrating, it was quite tiring to kind of revisit certain things and let go. So again, this one kind of ties into the integration and alchemize kind of thing, into the healing topic. So yeah, and I feel this is going to be done on multiple levels. So it's not just going to be in the physical where we release and let go of old stuff that we're holding into the house. You know, a lot of these objects that we keep in the house, they hold on to a lot of energy at the time that we bought them, or at the time we were given them. Like, even if you look at like vintage clothes, it's got all the energy of the person that wore them, just as an example. And then when it gets passed down, it just accumulates more and more. I know it's like a kind of fashion trend and stuff, but when we hold on to lots of things, it's, you know, builds up a lot of energy. So I feel that a lot of people are going to be stripping back to the bare minimum, which is really great. I mean, I'm going to be doing the same, getting rid of a lot of stuff that I just don't need. It's just weighing me down, and I think it's going to be a real positive move forward for the mindsets of people as well. Now, we can look at this energetically as well when we are releasing and letting go of old things, letting go of that energy. It also plays a role in the way people are in our lives, the way we are living in certain places and get that urge to move. You know, it goes on. So yeah, out with the old, in with the new. Downsizing, I feel that would be really important, and stripping back to the basics. I think that's kind of the key. So for this final topic, before we jump in and do the meditation, before I forget as well, I've got Self-Care Sunday this Sunday at 6 p.m. I will leave the links below for all of the events and for the Expand program. And I'll put on that Health and Healing Festival website too. Yeah. What was I going to say? Okay, so this final topic, I just kind of ask for anything that I'm missing before we begin recording the video. And what came up was we're moving into a cautious new beginning of affluent living. So lots of new things are coming in. We're going to be, it really felt like a birthing of a new mountain of abundance, let's say. Now, in order to grow the mountain, we need to just be cautious and track track the natural growth process as well. So we're not getting too overly excited. We're not getting too adventurous, like, for example, just being cautious with our money, where we're putting it and where we're holding on to it, what we're spending on, with the inflation and whatnot. People who drive, we could be looking at very, very expensive oil or absolutely no oil whatsoever. You know, it's a very uncertain time, I would say, and I see this as a very positive thing, but for many people, they're not going to see it as positive at all. They're going to see it as very, very scary. If that was a bit dramatic, to be honest, but they will see it as a scary thing when they are moving into those uncertainty, not sure if they'll be able to get to work, not sure if they'll be able to, like, you know, afford things like new clothes or food, for example. Just hypothetical, don't want to, I'm not breeding like fear here, I'm just getting some grounded perspective of ideas, just to bridge some caution to people. So yeah, understanding the natural growth process and not to rush it. Cautious approach, and letting time work for you, so you can really step back and just allow everything to kind of unfold in front of you, and just trust in your guidance, trust in the good graces, know that all is in alignment for what is meant to be happening. And approaching the future with hope, let's say. So, you know, things are going to be moving, I feel, very quickly. Yeah, I've completely forgot about this. So I've been having quite a lot of dreams over the, like, quite lucid dreams over the past few months. And so this will kind of touch into people who are doing projects for certain things. Now, about I think it's like 3 months ago, I had a dream that I was lining up in a queue for this meeting, this project meeting. And I'll just have some tea. In this project meeting, there was a massive queue of people, and it got towards the end of the day, and it was like the last day. So this is going back about 3 months ago. So all these people, they weren't let in, but they, the person at the door said to me, "Okay, Felix, your name's here, so you can come in." So I was like one of the last ones in to have this meeting. Now, this is about 3 months ago. I never actually got into the meeting in the dream, but 2 nights ago, or 2 mornings ago, I had the dream where I was sat down with a person that I knew, who was interviewing me for this project meeting. So every time I've had a dream like this, it's kind of been every 3 months. So I think for the people who are waiting for projects, let's make like a rough prediction. I'm not going to say this is right because it fluctuates so much. You know, following that pattern of 3 months, we could be looking towards September, you know, maybe even before. It felt quite accelerated. And it was just very interesting how that all came together. So I just felt that I should share that with you in case anyone feels like they're at the wit's end with waiting. I've always said this is just to get on with your life whilst you wait for these things, because you're actually blocking your process. You're blocking the manifestation when you sit there and just sit on your bum and wait and think about it. It stops because it just holds up the energy. You need to be progressing and carrying on with your own life in the process. There are many things, many fantastic things that are going on in this world at the moment that you can be a part of without waiting for these projects to develop. You can start your project already. You know, you don't have to kind of sit there. That's exactly what I did with moving into this work. I wasn't just gonna sit and wait. When I knew that I had to go and move into the full-time healing, I just did it, because if I had stayed in the place that I was, I would have been miserable. So, you know, and in those past March, April, May, June, moving into the 4th month now, so it's been 3 months, I feel the growth has gone absolutely exponentially. Something that I wouldn't have been able to achieve had I been working where I was. So, you know, that being said, don't let any waiting, don't let any other stuff stop you from living your dream. Don't let anything stop you from creating what you want to create in your life. You know, the world really is your oyster. You are the creator. So just go for it. Okay. And just to wrap up now, we'll just begin by doing a short activation, meditation, whatever comes through. And placing your hands facing up in your lap. Taking a deep breath in. Breathing in a stream of platinum light with a spiral of aqua around. Entering into the body. Filling the legs, filling the arms. Connecting into the solar plexus. Expanding through the pivot point. Through the horizontal axes. Nakutarashasam namotaboya. Tahirashasyan ya atirasno kurashasam. Building and connecting into the diamond core of the earth. Nagoya tarashasam nama ayatiyana. Into the diamond geometries of the core. as it builds through Earth Star to 13th, through the vertical, through the horizontal, that diamond geometry, crystal structure, opening through the Vitruvian man, rings of gold coming from the crown down around the body, multiple spheres of gold, golden particles moving in a ring. Sarashiso kuturosum namotvaya. Tayishyakiatarashusum. Feeling heat coming through the solar plexus, releasing out grey tone, heating up carbon molecules as we enter into the subatomic ranges, into the mineral, into the carbon atom. So begin to heat up through the core. Beautiful golden platinum light expanding through the modulations, synthesizing emotional modulus nakutarasana asatya sa akutarashusu. Harmonizing through archetypal frequency bands, nakoya tarashusam. As the aqua now comes through the solar plex and coming through the feet, begin to see the giant spins of aqua running out, round and back up. Connecting into and opening through the biofield, opening through the hormonal bodies, cleansing and clearing, releasing grey tone, releasing out density, releasing the black goo. as we see the black densities of the fields and of the bodies releasing down to the earth, to the diamond core. Bringing 4 diamonds into the core of the body, merging together into one big diamond. Updating through the toroidal field. Sariashmo sokutorosno utoyan tia hakadarasha sa'am. Releasing syncopation from the harmonics, releasing out blackness, releasing out density. As the blackness releases, we begin to see through the crystal cylinders thousands of codes written in the cylinders, beautiful platinum light, gold light, white light entering through the cylinders, illuminating the codes and entering into the spheres, connecting. Sakutrasha somnamo utia hakiresne esetin, tineshne sukutrasha somnamo utapana ayuti leshne sikiahai. Hakudrasna sosum sho toyane etiberesha satyana na akiatrasna asutrasna osum boyekia. Harasna oso on yana ai hetiresne esitiana na annamakutrasha sosum. Sarayasna asam nama ataposhia kiarasna asatia nesne etipiresne esitia hotorosho soto yana etipiresne okorosne osopoya ta kiorosho so otorosne ekipiresne tieteresne etietoyene etipia Nakora sa ato yana etipirisni isiam na ai hau do yana etipirisni ikia ha'au. Surushoso otoprasna atia ha ho gorasna asatiene etipirisni isitia hatrasna asam nama ayatui. Kokoroshoso oto yana etipirisni itia ha'an na aya kiaroshoso otitia tarasnatia pa horoso uko yea ya amana. Illumination of the bodies as the sun begins to merge. Deepening the heat-up process, deepening sunlight connecting to every cell through the body. Sayarashna sna akian tanama atabu yotui. Kukiarashna usotoyane etipirisne etia hatara. As we re-arc through all levels or layers of light, re-arcing through all bodies. Move now to seal. Sealing the bodies, sealing the fields, updating localized grids. Nakutadasa asian. Marashna usum toyatia na akayarashna asum. Thank you so much, everybody. I really hope this benefits you to the highest degree. If you have any questions, please write to me. And hopefully I will see you at the event here. Okay, guys, I'm sending you lots and lots of love, lots of strength, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the month. Bye, everyone.